Hi, this is John with SysEng Quick. Today I'll show you how to use pillar data to customize your salt states. Pillar data is stored on the salt master and is a good way of storing data you'll need on multiple minions, placing data into hierarchies, and securing data such as passwords and private keys. You have complete control over which minions have access to what pillar data. To start, you'll need to make the serve pillar directory. Inside here, we need another top file. Just like with the salt top file, this is how we associate which minion gets access to which pillar data. So let's start by setting that up. Inside serve pillar, we'll create the top.sls file. The default pillar environment, just like in our salt top file, is base. So that's our root identifier. Next, we have our minion matches. In this case, we only have one minion, so I'll use the minion ID. Finally, we get a list of files we're going to associate with this minion. I'm going to create a pillar data called users. So let's go ahead and save this file, and now we'll make the users directory. Inside here, we make an init.sls file, just like we would for a salt state. The pillar file is a YAML document of identifiers and values. You can make single key value pairs, lists, and dictionaries. The users entry will be a dictionary where each key is a username, and the value will be a dictionary of properties for that user. We'll use this to add the password hash and the SSH public key here. So I'll start by calling the root identifier users. Then we'll have the username, which is SysEng. We're going to have two properties. Those properties are going to be password hash and SSH public key. Now let's go ahead and get those values. To generate the password hash, I'm going to use a Python script I found on Stack Exchange. The salt docs suggest using OpenSSL password1, but I wouldn't recommend any method that uses MD5 hashes for passwords. So we'll go ahead and copy this over here, and now I just need to copy my public key. Now that we have our pillar data, we need to make a salt state to create and configure the user. Let's add this to the salt top file. I'm going to call it i3desktop.users. Next, we can open up the salt documentation and find the user module. In salt states user, you can see two functions, absent and present. We're going to use the user.present function to ensure the user account exists. So let's go ahead into the i3desktop folder and make the user state file. We'll set up identifier, create users. We're going to use the user.present function. The name will be the username of the user. In this case, it will be SysEng. The full name is the complete name of the user. We're going to use the groups property to set up additional groups that we want it to be a member of. That will include the sudo group, so it can use sudo. We'll also need to set the remove groups property to false. If we don't do this, it might remove groups that we're a member of already if this user already exists. Now we get to our pillar data. The password field needs to be replaced by the pillar entry for our user's password. To do that, we'll use Jinja. There's a pillar dictionary, so we can use that to go into users, SysEng, and the password hash. So now we have our user created. Next, we'll set up the SSH key. First, we'll have to ensure that the .sh directory exists. So let's set that up. To do that, we'll use the file.directory state. The name of the directory is going to be home syseng.ssh. The user and group properties will be set to SysEng. This defines the owner and group for this directory, and the directory mode is going to be 0700. Finally, we use the file manage state to set up the authorized key file. The name of the file will be home syseng.ssh authorized keys. User and group are going to be SysEng again. In this case, the file mode is 0600, and the contents will be the pillar key, users, SysEng, SSH public key. Note that we don't need the bar notation here because it's a single line contents. So now that we have our salt state, we need to sync the pillar data. To do that, we run sudo salt debian clone saltutil.refresh pillar. Now we can run the salt high state and check the output. So sudo salt debian clone state.apply. So you can see that all our states succeeded and 3 of them were changed. If we go up to the create user state, we can see we changed the name to be sysengquick. We set the groups like they are, so we already had all of these groups, and we've added the sudo group. It's telling you all of the group it's a member of right now. It doesn't show the password in here for obvious reasons. We created the SSH directory, it made a new directory, and finally it created the new key. So let's make sure that all worked. If we go to do sudo salt debian clone, we'll do command.run cat home syseng.ssh authorized keys. And you can see that my key is in there. So that's the basics of using pillar data in Salt. Thanks for watching. See you next time.